boxing in particular, because Lovlina Borgohain in the 75 kilo category has been eliminated in the quarterfinals, and because of that, no medal will come from the boxing contingent in the Paris Olympics 2024. Lovlina's chances were always under the scanner for two simple reasons. Number one, she was facing a very tough opponent in Li Qian of China. And on top of that, the boxing scoring system is such that it is very, very complicated. Now, if you look at the scoreline, 4-1 in favor of Li Qian, this was bound to happen. But two of those rounds that were there, it was quite close if you look at it, because in round 1, it was 3-2 in China's favor. In round 2, it was 3-2 in China's favor. Split verdict in both the things, and also if you look at the fourth round, 4-1. So, looking at the way how it is, Lovlina Borgohain, you may say, could have been unlucky. She was in a good position at certain intervals. But then Li Qian, we all know how she manages to ensure that she doesn't get a lot of punches going. And Lovlina Borgohain also struggled in a bit. As always, the scoring system. Now, the bout is lost. What do you do then? In the case of Nishan Dev, we clearly saw what was happening. Certain people are only looking at the highlights and telling you that, oh, India were robbed, India were doing this, it is unfair on India, there is racism. This sets a very dangerous precedent, because all the judges that are there, they neither belong to the Indian contingent side, they do not belong to the Asian contingent side, none belong to the Chinese contingent side. Referees are selected on the basis of certain, if you look at it, points, certain criteria. Boxing, on the other hand, everybody is wanting to become an expert. As we pointed out yesterday, anything below the face, you don't get that many points. If a boxer is defending and then you try and throw as many punches as you want, it still does not give you a point. A clear-cut punch on any of the areas, which is, I say, in the front of the face, not even in the side of the face. Side of the face can be this also. None of that counts. You need proper punches, and you have to go by the interpretation that is there. So, make one thing clear here. If you are raising aspersions on the point system and that India were robbed and it's a conspiracy, then you have to think again. Then every bout will then come under the scanner. Lovlina's in that particular thing, yes, in the third round she knew that perhaps she was not up for it. And that is why you look at it, there was never a consistency in all of it. So that is why, in the broader sense of boxing, Amit Pangal is out, Preeti Pawar is out, Lovlina Borgohain is out, then Nishan Dev was out in heartbreaking circumstances yesterday. And there is an option of an appeal. None are going for the appeal. Two reasons. One, there is no ground for an appeal, or second, there is just no situation by which you can have an appeal and the decision will be overturned. Let us make one thing very clear here. With Lovlina's exit in boxing, boxing now faces an uncertain future. 2028 in Los Angeles, boxing will not be part of it. IOC, if you look at it, have banned AIBA, because they are really ensuring that the sport is run to the ground because of the Russian connections that's there. Isn't it strange that for people who are there, they are believing what the Russians want to do? Strange, isn't it? That propaganda that the West wants to ignore of Russia, but they want to take it in this particular instance. So Lovlina Borgohain tried her best, but she's always struggled against Li Qian. So that is why, looking at it, round 1, 3-2, round 2, 3-2, here also it was 4-1 in his favor. So Lovlina Borgohain, unfortunately, is out, and with that, India's challenge ends. But there could be more good news loading in the next half an hour or 45 minutes or so, because you got a certain youngster who can create history at this point in time. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.